Most Americans don't see where they fit if they've got to choose between a socialist who thinks that capitalism is the root of all evil and a billionaire who thinks that money ought to be the root of all power. Let's put forward somebody who's actually a Democrat.
What we are saying, Pete, is maybe it's a time for the working class of this country to have a little bit of power in Washington rather than your billionaire campaign contributors.
You're not the only one who cares about the working class. Most Americans believe we need to empower workers. As a matter of fact, you're the one who is at war with the culinary union right here in Las Vegas. We
have more union support than you have ever dreamed of. We have the support of unions all across this country.
But the vision I'm putting forward has the support of the American people.
Bernie Sanders and Pete Buttigieg going at it last night. Joining us now, former U.S. Senator, now an NBC News and MSNBC political analyst, Claire McCaskill, and national correspondent for PBS NewsHour, Amna Nawaz. Good morning to you both. Claire, I'll start with you. You were on set last night watching this play out. There's been some criticism here this morning and from others that this group didn't go after Donald Trump enough. There's been other criticism that the group didn't go after the front runner, Bernie Sanders, enough. How did you see it?
I get it that all of us want them to pivot to the greater threat to our country. I was a little surprised that we didn't spend some more time on the rule of law last night and the fact that it's under attack, as Joe just referenced. I was a little surprised that since it was in Las Vegas, the scene of one of the most horrific mass shootings in our country's history, that there wasn't more talk about guns. That's a vulnerability for Bernie, and Joe Biden briefly pointed it out.
And Mayor Bloomberg would have loved to have talked about that.
And by the way, he had every opportunity. You pivot and talk about what you want to talk about.
Right.
And he didn't do that. And so I was surprised by those. But here's the one thing I wasn't surprised by. It's time for these debates to be tougher. It's time for each one on the stage to have to defend their record and have to contrast their record with somebody else on the stage. I think all the hand-wringing, that there was a lot of negativity. I saw at least 5 people, and I think the verdict's still out on whether Bloomberg can debate well, but there were 5 people on the stage last night that did a pretty darn good job debating. And I think all of us can see any one of those 5 candidates going toe-to-toe with the mess in the Oval Office.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.